10. Most mysterious and terrifying archaeological discoveries that shocked millions. My dear friends, while we enjoy the comfort of our modern lives, somewhere out there, under the burning desert sun or deep in icy mountain winds, archaeologists are still working tirelessly, brushing away grains of soil, chiseling into rock, and lifting the veil on humanity's forgotten past. And sometimes, what they uncover is not just history. It's something so chilling, so shrouded in mystery, that you'll find yourself questioning whether it should have ever been disturbed at all. So, what exactly are these discoveries? Let's embark on this journey together, right here on PHT Eternal Mysteries, and uncover the truth in today's video. Number 1. The mysterious couple mummies. In the ancient city of Taposiris Magna, nestled in Egypt's Nile Delta, archaeologists recently made an extraordinary find. 2 mummies, a man and a woman, lying side by side for over 2,000 years. Their bodies were meticulously embalmed and covered in delicate sheets of gold leaf, a burial practice so lavish it could only belong to individuals of immense power and status. But time was not entirely kind. The tomb was not fully sealed, and for 2 millennia, water slowly seeped in, leaving the mummies far from the pristine state in which they were originally laid to rest. Among their burial treasures were 200 ancient coins, depictions of Cleopatra, and other artifacts confirming the period in which they lived. One of the mummies still bore gold leaves imprinted with the image of a scarab beetle, the ancient Egyptian symbol of rebirth. Experts believe these 2 were likely high-ranking temple priests, figures seen as the vital bridge between the realm of mortals and the divine gods of ancient Egypt. Number 2. The Rosalia Lombardo mummy. Look at this image, and you would never guess it was a mummy. We're used to picturing mummies wrapped tightly in linen, their skin withered and faces twisted by time. But all of those ideas vanish the moment you lay eyes on Rosalia Lombardo. Discovered in Palermo, Italy, Rosalia died in 1920 at just 2 years old, a victim of pneumonia. Her father, devastated beyond measure, sought the help of a renowned embalming specialist desperate to preserve his daughter forever. More than a century has passed, and yet Rosalia's face remains as peaceful and angelic as the day she died, as though she is only sleeping. Her golden hair still rests gently against her cheeks, her skin smooth and flawless, her lips closed in a serene expression. She is known today as the most beautiful mummy in the world. The embalmer's method was nothing short of genius. He replaced her blood with a chemical called camelin, used alcohol and glycerin to dry the body without removing all its moisture, added salicylic acid to ward off mold, and finally infused zinc, the miracle element that prevented decay entirely, leaving her looking almost like a wax figure. Today, Rosalia rests within the Capuchin catacombs of Italy, alongside some 1,000 other mummies, drawing visitors from around the globe to witness her timeless beauty. Number 3. The Frozen Inca Maiden. What would you expect to find at the top of a mountain? Trees? Wildflowers? Rare animals? On the snow-covered summit of Mount Ampato in Peru, explorers found something far more chilling, quite literally, a perfectly preserved mummy. On September 8, 1995, American archaeologist Johann Reinhard and his team unearthed the body of a young Inca girl, aged around 12-14. At first glance, she looked as if she had died only weeks earlier. In truth, she had lain there for over 500 years. She was named Juanita, the Ice Maiden. Alongside her were the remains of a boy, another girl, and a woman, all believed to have been sacrificed to the mountain gods. Her remarkable preservation was the work of nature itself. The freezing mountain climate had acted as a perfect tomb, keeping her body untouched by time. Even centuries later, her hair, her skin, still there. Juanita's thick black hair, her delicate facial hairs, even the texture of her skin, all still there after half a millennium. This preservation allowed scientists to peer into her final year of life. They discovered that a year before her sacrifice, her diet changed drastically, from simple potatoes and vegetables to a high-protein diet rich in meat. When the fateful day came, she was struck on the head with a heavy blow, leaving a skull fracture that ended her life instantly. The bog body of Denmark, the man who smiled in death. In 1950, in the quiet countryside of Denmark, a family digging peat for fuel unearthed something that froze them in place. The body of a man curled tightly, a rope looped around his neck. Fearing they had uncovered the victim of a murder, they alerted the police. But soon it became clear this was no modern crime. Buried 8 meters deep in peat, the man had been lying there for 2,400 years. And yet his face and torso were astonishingly well preserved, almost as if he had only just died. Named Cholumen, after a nearby village, the man bore marks that suggested he had been hanged. But the most haunting detail: his face was not twisted in pain. Instead, it wore a faint, almost peaceful smile, even in death. Why was he buried instead of cremated, as was customary in that era? 70 years later, the mystery endures. Some scientists say he looks so lifelike it feels as though he could open his eyes and speak at any moment. The 5-year-old bride. In 2003, during excavations at the former residence of Wang Shiji, the famed calligrapher of China's Eastern Jin dynasty, archaeologists uncovered a massive tomb buried deep beneath the earth. Inside were the remains of 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl. The boys had died young from illness, but the girl, around 5 years old, showed no signs of disease. What stunned the team was her clothing, a bright red wedding dress adorned with gold and silver ornaments. Dating back 1,700 years, the tomb drew huge attention. The boys were identified as the son and grandson of Emperor Sima Yue, the first ruler of the Eastern Jin. The girl, experts believe, was a victim of the grim ancient custom of Ming Hun, or ghost marriage. Back then, unmarried people could not be buried in their ancestral tombs or honored in family rites. A solitary grave was thought to bring bad luck, so the dead were sometimes married to another deceased person, even if it meant burying someone alive to fulfill the custom. It's believed this little girl was chosen to be a ghost bride for the emperor's son, and that she may have been buried alive to serve as his eternal companion. The ancient dwarfs. Do you believe dwarfs, like the ones in fairy tales, could have truly existed? In 1946, in Iran, archaeologists discovered the ruins of Malkunik, an ancient city from 5,000 years ago. Within its crumbling walls, they found houses, narrow alleyways, and tools, all built on a scale so tiny that only people under a meter tall could have used them. Many dismissed the notion of an ancient dwarf race, until 2005, when the mummified body of a 17-year-old man, standing just 25 centimeters tall, was uncovered. The find reignited debate and, for many, turned a long-dismissed legend into a possibility. The Headless Roman Cemetery. In 2017, a Roman cemetery near Aylesbury, Buckinghamshire in England, revealed a chilling secret: over 400 skeletons, and among them 40 headless bodies. Their skulls were placed between their legs or at their feet. Many were buried shallow, their hands bound. Artifacts provided no clear answer, but experts suspect they may have been prisoners from the Anglo-Saxon era, a people of Germanic origin who inhabited Britain from the 5th century until the Norman conquest in 1066. The alien mummy. In the abandoned town of Narnoria, deep inside an old church tomb, scientists stumbled upon a mummy unlike anything they had ever seen. It was just 15 centimeters long, with an elongated skull, slanted eye sockets, and fewer ribs than a human. Its strange features have fueled fierce debate over whether it might actually be the remains of an extraterrestrial being. A 90,000-year egg. For decades, it sat in the Buffalo Museum of Science, New York, mislabeled as a plastic replica. In reality, it was a fossilized egg of the extinct elephant bird, a giant that once roamed Madagascar, standing over 3 meters tall and weighing up to 500 kilograms. The species went extinct around 1200 AD, though some historical accounts suggest sightings as late as the 17th century. The egg itself weighed nearly 1.4 kilograms, stood 30 centimeters tall, and had a circumference of 71 centimeters. Purchased in 1939 for just $20, it is now one of fewer than 40 known in existence. In 2010, a similar egg sold for $66,065. That's over 90,000 USD. The mysteries of the past still lie hidden beneath layers of earth and stone, waiting for the day they're uncovered. And who knows? The next discovery might be even more astonishing than everything we've seen today. What do you think about these stories? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to PHT Eternal Mysteries so we can continue this journey together into the secrets of the ancient world.